there everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Coaster of the Week. It's time for another episode full of amazing coasters. I hope you're going to really enjoy these next few episodes that are going to be going online throughout the channel throughout the next few months, because like I said, we've had 21 different episodes so far and this is episode 22. So without further ado, let's get straight on to this week's episode. This week then, I have done two amazing brand new roller coasters. One of them does crash towards the end, so make sure you do check that one out when I talk about it after the first coaster. And the first coaster I'm going to be talking to you about this week is called Barrel of Fun. Now this coaster is a very good coaster. It's very thrilling, however it has got a yellow nausea level section which I'll be going through with you in a few minutes. This coaster starts off with a lift hill and then it plunges into some tracks of water below just to make it a bit fun. That's why I call it Barrel of Fun, because I've actually used a few different elements on this ride. I've used 11 drops and I've used the water features like I was talking to you about. I've used one loop on this ride just to make it more exciting and thrilling. That's what doing roller coasters is all about. You've got to have a high thrill rating and a low nausea rating, but this time it hasn't got a low nausea rating like it was last week with the two coasters I was actually talking to you about. So let's go through the thrill data then, and we'll get straight on to the first roller coaster of this evening. So the max speed of this coaster, 46.66 miles per hour. The average speed is 21.6 miles per hour. The time it takes to get around the track is 1 minute and 13 seconds. The length of this ride is 2,271 feet. And there are 11 drops on this ride that I was just telling you about, and there's only one inversion on this ride, which is just the loop. And the thrill rating is 92 out of 100. That is absolutely amazing. And the nausea rating is 57 out of 100. So without further ado, let's get straight on to the first coaster POV. So there you go, that was the first roller coaster all done and dusted. So let me tell you about this coaster now. I like the way that I actually added a shook drop at the beginning of the ride. So the coaster goes up the lift hill and then it will turn around and then it will go down the shook drop. And then it will then continue down the drop and into the tracks of water below. Then after that it will then go up another lift hill and then it will then make its way through some helix drops towards the end of the ride, which was really good to see, because the helix drops do actually smoothen the ride a little bit so people don't get too sick when they actually go on the ride. So without further ado, let's move on to coaster number 2. So then, let's move on to coaster number 2. Now this coaster this evening, it's time, I guess, for another crash. So I'm actually going to be talking about this coaster right now actually, and I can't wait to see the crash it does at the end. So this coaster is called Mad Crash because it starts off at a lift hill, then it's going to make its way down, and then there's going to be a track full of barrels, so like a barrel alley, and then the coaster's going to crash through all those barrels as it makes its way along the track. Then afterwards it's then going to go through some overbank turns, and then after that it will then do some do a few drops, and then it is then going to fly up into the air and then it will crash into the ground. So without further ado, let's get straight onto the full data. And like I said, we'll always go through the coaster POV after we've done everything. So, the max speed, 53 miles per hour. The average speed is 22.74 miles per hour. The length is 1,286 feet. The time it takes to get around the track, 37 seconds. That is not a long time because the coaster actually crashes itself. There are 5 drops on this ride, and there is 1 inversion, which you will see during the ride. So, thrill rating, 69 out of 100. Nausea, 43 out of 100. And yeah, so that is the second coaster. So, let's move on to the second coaster POV. So there you go then, that is literally the end of this episode. Like I said, I always do a quick reflection on which coaster is the best and why, so I'll quickly do that now. So, the Barrel of Fun coaster, that was a really good coaster, especially with the water features after the drop. And then we had the Helix drops at the end, which was a really good ride, and that had a really high thrill rating. And the second coaster, which I just did now, was called Mad Crash. I like the way it had the barrels after the drop, and then it went through a few other pieces, including overbank turns, and then a wall smash, a fire hoop as well, and then it crashed at the end. So in my opinion, I think the first coaster, Barrel of Fun, is going to be the winner tonight because it had that really high thrill rating, and like I said, it's a really good coaster. It had those Helix drops at the end just to make the ride a bit smoother. And that's what I thought of that coaster. So, there you go then. That is literally the end of this episode. Make sure you check out more Coaster of the Week episodes in the playlist if you've not done already. Please stay tuned for more of these episodes coming your way throughout the rest of the year. It's been absolutely amazing so far, and I cannot wait to reach over 40 different episodes of Coaster of the Week. And that's going to be much better than I did last year, which was around 31. So, thank you very much for watching Branthwaite Productions, and I'll see you in the next video. See you later everyone, bye for now.
Thank you for watching Branthwaite Productions. Check out Branthwaite Productions on Facebook and Instagram for more updates on the channel. Click on the Branthwaite Productions icon to subscribe to the channel. Check out all the other videos that are in the end screen below.